friends, and welcome to your Michigan Compass. We're back down in Sandusky, Ohio at Cedar Point for Halloweekends. I am looking forward to a fantastic evening checking out some of the scare zones and the haunted trails and houses that they have. They've got some cool food specifically for this event. So come along with us on this fun fall festive event.
All right, guys, check this out. We have not even walked into the park yet. And right outside, they've got some official Halloweekends merchandise. They've got t-shirts. T-shirts are $24.99. They've got some hoodies. And the price on the hoodie is $52.99. We got this cool tie-dye t-shirt here. This one is $29.99. We also have some witches hats. Witch hat headbands, which I believe are these here. Some more up this way. The witches hats are $44.99 to $64.99. And also down here, some sequined hats. And these might be the witch hat headbands that they were referring to. They're headbands with small witches hats. Very cool looking.
Well, I couldn't start my day off without a Starbucks pumpkin spice frappuccino. Nice and cold. It's a hot day. It's 82 today. Looking around at this graveyard, there are a ton of old rides that no longer exist, like the pirate ride back there with the pirate on top of the tombstone. We've got the fun house. And look at this. That looks like an old cart from the mouse. Oh, the Wildcat. That's it. The Wildcat. Looks like it was retired back in 2011. Skywheel, Space Spiral, Star Voyager, lots of old memories here. Also over on the other side, we've got the Trabant and Whitewater Landing. And I don't recall this one, called Bayern Curve. There's also a ton of these skeletons throughout the park. We saw these loaded up, unassembled on pallets the last time we were here. And check these skeletons out, hanging out in front of this mausoleum. They're huge. They're probably 12 feet high in their sitting position, so these are giant skeletons. And check this out. This is what's inside.
I love you, little people. I really think you're neat. I'll have you home for dinner, 'cause you're really good to eat.
Even more decorations over here. Check this out. And it looks like down this way there's some entertainment. I'm gonna walk down and check that out as well. Another horse-drawn carriage. It's a hearse right here.
Now here's what's happening. Our council members are heading out to gather the fabulous contestants that they have got found today. But it is not too late. If you want to join in the fun, please join one of our council members.
Over here in front of Valraven, we've got a bunch of speared pumpkins. And another thing I should point out is the Sky Ride is not running today. And straight in front of us by the corkscrew is the Dead Rock Cemetery. And it has all of the dead rockers listed on that tombstone. And over here on this one, 70s and 80s. Just off to the side a little bit, we've got some more 90s, 2000s, and 2010s. Another thing that was not here the last time we were here is this entire food truck area. They have a ton of food trucks over here to suit your every taste. And that is located right across from the main stage there and Iron Dragon. And right here we've got the Red Garter Saloon, and they've got some shows tonight by the Fangtastics. And the shows are 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and 11 o'clock. So we'll hopefully try and get back and check out one of those shows. We'll see what happens. And right over here, they've got the Halloweekends hearse. I've seen this before in photos from years past. I think this has been around for quite some time. And there's also a coffin set up out front. It's covered. So I would assume either somebody's coming out of that later this evening, or there's at least an animatronic in there of some sort. Can't wait to see everything at night. And we decided to stop into Panda Express for our first meal of the day. We once again did get the dining pass. I'll insert some photos of our meal right here. So the food over at Panda Express was not bad. It wasn't great. It was typical Panda Express. They didn't have a lot to choose from, but what I will say is the portion size was absolutely huge. None of us could finish our meal. Over in Frontier Town, this is one of the first scare zones. It says warning, nightmares ahead. And they've got this set up as a scare zone later in the evening. Check this guy out. He's creepy looking. And the tunnel says banished. And this area right after you come out of the tunnel is definitely a spot where one of the scare actors would be hiding. And off to the left is the Trail Tavern. They serve different mixed drinks in here. Over to the right, trail rides, and we've got some horses over here. Look at this guy. He's just kind of grabbing himself a little snack. And I'm assuming this is where the rides are. It looks like there's a trail kind of worn in to the area here, and they just go around in circles. That's kind of cool. And just noticed a couple of witches are coming out from behind that fort. Not sure where they're headed to. And it looks like over here, it says the Witch Sisters, and apparently the third sister is telling a story, so let's head in here.
What I need from all of you, I am very, very old. I'm thousands of years old, and I cannot see very well. So what I'm going to need is when I ask you for a suggestion or a sound or a name, I'm going to need your answers, all right? So if I said something like, the black cat crossed the street, what did the cat sound like? Wow, exactly.
All of the shops in Frontier Town are decorated for the holidays with jack-o'-lanterns lining the tops of their roofs and fall leaves. Not everything is open. The jail and the Frontier Studio are both closed, but the shops are open. They've got the mining company here and the wood shop right here, and with there being a mining company, well, there must be a place to do your mining. And of course, here it is, paying for gemstones. You guys know the drill on this one. And over in front of this store, there are some giant pumpkins. And they're vines. Something that's been here as long as I can remember are the stockades that say Cedar Point. And I remember taking pictures in these stockades all the way back into the mid-80s. Over here at the barnyard, there's some sheep in this pen. And just beyond in the next pen are some goats. And back over here are some camels. And the single hump on the back looks like a D. That's a dromedary camel. If you watched our African wildlife safari video, you know how I know that. Here's another one, and he's also a dromedary camel. And over here, llamas and alpacas. Hello there. Also over in the pond here, we have a few ducks and also a few swans back over there in the shade. Well, this is one of the haunted trails, and it's called Skidmark Slim's Roadkill Buffet, and I only know that because it says Fright Lane. There's a Fright Lane entrance here, and this is where you enter into this particular one. And I believe these open around 8 p.m. or so. There's that Fright Line Pass I was talking about. Just past there. Some more goats. Check them out. Some small ones over here. And then next to them we have some more sheep. And over here we've got some ponies. I just noticed that that haunted trail looks like it may go back through here, as it looks like there is an area you're going to walk through back there with some netting. And over here, another cemetery area. These are all throughout the park. It is very well themed and decorated for Halloweekends. All right, guys, here's another one of the mazes. And by the way, there are 5 mazes and 6 scare zones. I took a good look at the map on the park app just to find out, and this is one of 5 mazes. There are 3 mazes right here in this immediate vicinity, and there are 5 scare zones located throughout the park. And this particular maze here is Cornstalkers 2.0. And the reason it's 2.0 is, my understanding is this is a fan favorite. It has come back. It was previously, or was up until they decided to decorate. This is known as Thunder Canyon. It's their water ride, and it's been closed for a while, so they could get it ready for the Terror Trail, known as Cornstalkers 2.0.
But the air shot inside my pipe that has nowhere left to go right to that glass, and you can see it expand. So now that the glass is hollow, I'm going to gather a little bit more glass here out of the furnace. Make this a little thicker. Everybody ready for those haunts later? Yeah. Oh yeah. You guys are here on the best day. Not the first, the best. I'm going to shape this glass up just a slight bit here on that steel top table. It's going to cool the glass, putting it into a nice shape. And I'm actually going to heat the glass up so everything is at the same temperature. Alright, you can still see my glass is moving just a slight bit. But I just need to stop moving so I can walk away and draw on their face. So I've got this little stringer of glass. It's kind of like a little hot crane on a hot day. When I use this torch to heat up that stringer of glass, I'm going to draw it right on the surface. So I can hang wherever he wants to haunt here.
The area around the farmhouse is filled with all kinds of festive Halloween-themed carnival games. Like this beaver that sings songs. Over here, we've got one that says Wake the Mayor. Several more over here, Wheel of Misfortune and Tip the Cow. By the way, we're right over by the mine ride. This area is decorated, themed very well. We've got a goldfish pond with a bunch of dead goldfish. Everyone's a winner. Over here, a dunk tank, a peep show, and a kissing booth from halitosis or gingivitis. And we've got another one here that says fresh baked pies. Minced meat, shoofly, and blueberry. Over here, the Town Hall Museum decked out with those classic vintage Halloween shapes and designs, much like the shirt that I am wearing today. And right over here, we have a prize-winning pumpkin. I don't know if this is actually real. It does kind of look real. It's hard to say. It looks both real and fake, if that makes any sense. There's like little spots on it as if it was decaying, but it also kind of looks painted at the same time, so I'm not sure. And upon further examination of the other side of the pumpkin, oh, it's styrofoam. It's not real. How sad. This last one says head toss. Have a little fun with the heads of our dearly departed. Just one thin dime will get you started. Looks like you have to toss a head in the basket. How fun would that be? I do love the way this area is decorated though. With all the black and orange and the skulls. Very festive indeed. And guys, just in case you did not know what I was talking about when I said my vintage shirt, I am referring to the one that I am wearing today with the vintage Halloween cat, pumpkins, and so on. It's a very festive and themed Halloween shirt. I got it last year for my Halloween events, and I've got a few more for a couple more events that we plan to do. Oh, and by the way, I'm wearing my jack-o'-lantern hat as well. Over in the western frontier town, I found some more decorations like these dead horses pulling that stagecoach. Got some whiskey barrels and hay bales and pumpkins, as well as some corn stalks. Everything is festive and decorated. Check this guy out. He's been riding that horse a long time. A very long time. One more thing I want to point out is it looks like they have changed the price. I noticed today, I got a notification that you can upgrade your pass for $125. That's a far cry from that $45 I paid. There's the loading station for Top Thrill Dragster, and you'll notice the whole thing has been walled off now. I think, along with those survey markers, we're going to see something new in the next year or so. So just found this. It's called Mr. Midnight's Fear Emporium. We're going to go check this out. It looks like maybe a lot of haunted gear and things focused on Halloweekends in here. Oh yeah, check this out. This is their Halloween merch store. They do have the merch in many of the stores, but check this out. This is kind of cool. The shirts we saw earlier, they have a long sleeve version for $24.99. And for $34.99, you can get the Ouija board version. Check out these cool zombie heads. They're $29.99. And down below, they've got some cool socks, the Ouija board, ghosts, bats, some coffins, all the classic vintage stuff, mummy socks, and down on the end, some pumpkin socks. And if you're curious, these are $19.99. These skeleton chalices are $29.99. They also have plenty of hats featuring each of the haunted mazes. There's even one for Halloweekends at Cedar Point. The Haunting of Erie Estate, Cornstalkers, Bloodbath, Freak Show, and Slaughterhouse, all 5 of the haunted mazes. Well, it's about 7 o'clock, and it looks like all the scare actors are heading over to their various mazes. Check these guys out. They look pretty creepy. I cannot wait for this. There's so many people. They're still coming down the stairs way back there. So, yeah, and this is the 3rd batch I've seen go by. So there are a ton of scare actors. This is going to be absolutely a blast. Oh, look, here comes some pirates. We got some pirates coming through too. Still coming down. Still quite a few coming out. Yeah, this is gonna be a blast. These guys look really creepy. Check those face masks out. And there's more coming down the stairs. I could probably stay here for about 15 minutes and just record these guys going out, but we do have to head back to the car and make a quick change. Well, guys, it is officially getting dark. It's about 7:40. In about 20 minutes, the mazes will open. We'll be getting in some of those lines and checking out the haunted mazes here at Halloweekends. Very excited. Everything is lighting up, coming to life. The music has changed. It's all dark themed music now. So this should be fun. And as we're walking by the stage, a band just started. Don't know if anything's coming up on the stage, but there is equipment set up there now. We are coming up on our very first scare zone here. Warning, nightmares ahead. Here we go. Oh yeah, look at that, it's getting foggy. This area here is the fort that we were at earlier with the witches, and the fog is flowing because this is a scare zone and there are 3 mazes right in this area.
Can I be in the B-roll? In the B-roll, be me doing the applause.
Well, guys, we're currently in line for corn stalkers, and it's moving finally. It's moving pretty good. We're actually, I think, pretty close to the entrance, so hopefully it keeps moving at a good pace. And there it is. We have arrived at the entrance for corn stalkers. It moved pretty good. I'm going to switch over to the Osmo Action, and I'll be filming myself and my reactions. All right, guys, I don't know if you can see me. It is super, super dark. There's only a few lights here and there. And if you look around, you can see a couple of them. It's very foggy. It is very cool. The way that they have done the fog, it's throughout this whole area, and it's almost like a haze everywhere you look. It's very cool. All right, guys, we're getting closer. We are getting closer. We've narrowed down. We've gone through the zigzags here and the switchbacks and are heading in, getting closer. I hear screams occasionally. We've got a few lights like this one here. And if I flip it around, I think you guys can at least hear me and see me a little bit. So we're excited. This looks fun. He got me. right, guys, we just got out of Corn Stalkers. It was pretty cool. I think the scares could have been a little bit better, and there was a few animatronics that really should have had some lights on them. Aside from that, it was pretty cool. Alright guys, so now we're in line for Slaughterhouse. This is an indoor maze, I believe. There's a building here, and we're in a bunch of switchbacks waiting to get in. We thought it was going to be quick and easy because the main entrance takes you through one building where they've got a little scene set up, and then right outside that building is a huge switchback. So we're kind of going to be waiting a while to get into this one. I'll let you guys know how long the wait is. The other one, I think we waited maybe 15 minutes tops to get to Corn Stalkers. That's from 8 p.m. to 8:15, so no complaints on the wait on that one.
All right, guys, I forgot my phone actually records really good in the dark. So just to show you a little bit of what this looks like waiting for Slaughterhouse, there's the sign, Spilt and Trails, or Spilt and Trails.
All right, here we go.
Here we go.
All right, guys, so talking about Slaughterhouse, it was a long wait. Total wait time, I think, was closer to an hour. That's a long time to wait. But I think part of the problem with that wait was there was a lot of people who got the freight lane who went in right before we did, and we had to wait for all of them to go through. I mean, maybe 30, 40 people, so I'm sure that slowed it down a little bit, but I just can't justify the price that they charge for that. It's $145 per person, I believe. And that's just quite a bit just to go through some haunted houses, and seems like a lot to me. Anyway, one other thing about the Slaughterhouse, there's an area where you go through a corridor, and there's, I want to say, like airbags inflated on each side, and you have to squeeze between them, and it is very tight and narrow, and it feels like you're stuck in the stomach of something trying to get out. It's crazy. Really freaked a lot of people out. I know my daughter had a hard time with that one. The rest of it, no big deal, but that one itself was a bit difficult. Even for me, it just seemed to go on and on and on. It's probably only 10, 12 feet long, but it seemed a lot longer at the time.
All right, I think we're going to stop by Midnight Elixirs and get ourselves a cocktail.
All right, we are going to try one of their specialty cocktails. I'm not sure which one yet. When we get it, I'll show you guys what it looks like and let you know how much it costs. We also had planned to try some of the festive fall food that they have, and unfortunately, we were misled. Their website did not state that the all-day dining pass does not include any of those fall treats, so I'm very disappointed with that. We spent quite a bit of money and did not get our money's worth this time. All right, well, my daughter got the Purple People Eater. It is a non-alcoholic kids drink in a bag. And we got the Zombie Juice, which is an alcoholic drink. And I think our total was around $30. All right, guys, so we got the Purple People Eater and the Zombie Juice. And I gotta say, the Zombie Juice is pretty good. It's tasty, it's not overly strong, but you can tell it's got a little kick to it. Alright guys, next on the list is Blood on the Bayou. We're heading into this one. I heard this one's a walk-on. I really hope that's true. So far this is more or less a giant walk around a pond. I've only seen one scare actor so far.
Go ahead.
Alright, well it's starting to get foggy. I think this might start getting good now.
guys, blood on the Bayou. Long walk, nicely decorated, not a lot of scares. So much fog. You can only see the people around you when you get within like 10 feet of them. Well guys, Halloweekends was a blast. We had a great time. I do have to say some of the lines were a bit longer than I expected, and unfortunately that led us to only getting on so many of the mazes and things that we wanted to do, but we still had an absolute blast. One of the big disappointments was the fact that the all-day food pass did not mention that it wasn't good for those Halloween fall festive treats. You had to buy those separately. Had I known that, I would not have purchased the all-day dining pass. Regardless, we had a great time, and we look forward to coming back again next year since we are pass holders. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to click on that compass so you can stay subscribed to future videos just like this one. And remember, adventure is just a short drive away.